remember when Mike Glennon was the starting quarterback of the Chicago Bears? Neither do I. Now, when it came to Mike Glennon and all that this season, I definitely knew he wasn't going to be that great. I knew he wasn't worth that $70 million contract at all, simply because I saw him as Brock Osweiler 2.0. Now, obviously, when you look at him, he's not as bad as Brock Osweiler. Obviously, Brock had some behavioral issues. He definitely thought he had a little bit too big of an ego. But when you definitely put it in perspective, though, I knew Mike Glennon was definitely going to flop. And when it came to this and all, they eventually started Mitch Trubisky, who definitely ran a very, very passive offense. Yeah, a little bit too passive of an offense. And when it came to this all of that, it's just Mitch Trubisky, who looked great in the preseason and all of that. He just didn't really deliver in the regular season that much and all of that. Obviously, he shows signs of something, but he's definitely did not look amazing this year. And to put this all, John Fox, who I definitely thought is a good coach, but he definitely needed to go and whatnot. And to put this together, I think one thing to look at is the Bears. The Bears have a terrible home record. I think they have the worst home record of any team the past 2 seasons. And that's especially odd for a team that plays in Chicago at Soldier Field. I mean, I would love to have a home field advantage like Soldier Field. It's so windy. I think it would be a great home field, but they can't win a game there. It's absolutely ridiculous. And when to put this all in perspective, it's kind of weird to look at Robbie Gould of the San Francisco 49ers kicking it like he is in San Francisco and being like, well, we kind of missed those days. I mean, they could have kept him for a little bit longer. And then you had Jordan Howard, who wasn't especially great this year. I mean, not a lot of people talked about him at all. And obviously, their wide receivers like Cameron Meredith got injured and all of that. So it was a pretty typical season for the Bears and whatnot. And it looks as if, as the Bears, they're going to be looking for a new head coach. And obviously, they aren't the most attractive team to hire a head coach, or at least to persuade a coach to potentially coach for them, because I really feel as if that they got a higher pick. But I guess if you really like Mitch Trubisky, but Mitch Trubisky isn't a Andrew Luck type prospect. The Colts definitely have a more attractive kind of team to go to versus the Bears. They don't really have that going for them. So overall with the Bears this year, it was a pretty typical year. Mike Glennon was what we expected, or at least what I expected out of Mike Glennon, and Mitch Trubisky hasn't really shown anything, and the Bears are definitely going to have to climb themselves out of the hole, because it is pretty self-evident that they are the bottom of the NFC North.